for our first episode here today, we're going to go down the line of stomping ground and what is wrong with the state of WWE. Well, first up, we got 9 matches tonight. I don't know how great any of them are going to be. It's nothing against the performers, it's just WWE has fallen into a hole in a pit of misery. Well, this is my show, Wrestling Storyline Time. We're going to go over some wrestling storylines every week, once a week in an episode. Everybody's doing reviews, so let's give some ideas for new storylines to make WWE a better place. Alright, get it going. Like I said, I'm Michael Armbarr. First match, we got Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the world's greatest, or the planet's greatest tag team, sorry, versus Heavy Machinery for the SmackDown tag titles. I bet you that ends up on the kickoff show, and that's bullshit, but wouldn't surprise me. I think Daniel Bryan and Rowan, it's a decent team right now, but it could be a lot better, it could be a lot worse. Next up, we got Tony Nese versus Tozawa versus Murphy. Oh, in the picture they showed Drew Gulak, so I have no idea who the fuck is wrestling tonight in that one for the Cruiserweight title. I'll say Tony Nese retains because who gives a fuck? They're screwing up with 205 Live anyways, even though it's one of the best things. Then we move on, we got Big E and Xavier Woods versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't think they know what they're doing with these guys anymore. They had a great chance if Big E wouldn't have got hurt at Money in the Bank to let Big E win the Money in the Bank briefcase. Then, on SmackDown, you could have him turn on Kofi Kingston and finally break up the New Day. But no, that would have been too good of an idea, and Big E got hurt, and I guess they don't like Xavier enough to do that. And they thought Brock Lesnar for the millionth time would be a great one. That would be another great Universal champ that we've never seen before. Then we get to Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans, a Raw Women's title. Well, what the hell did Lacey Evans do to deserve this push right away? I'm wondering, is this thing with Vince, the scandal with the women true and the ones that sleep with him get stuff? It might be, I don't know at this point. She's a good wrestler, but I mean, damn. Put her right in the title matches right away. So, that's a hell of a storyline. Samoa Joe versus Ricochet, the only match with real potential tonight. Ricochet's going to hit that 650 splash, and when he does, he's going to get put in the choke, and probably Samoa Joe's going to beat him and retain the United States title. Hopefully it'll be a great match like I'm predicting. Bayley versus Bliss, SmackDown Women's SmackDown Women's title. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about that one. Alexa Bliss, again, getting a title shot against Bayley. I don't think they understand what they're doing with the women's division. It was hot at a point, and it's fizzling out some. I don't know why. That one I need to really think about what to do with them. Roman Reigns versus McIntyre, not a shock after Shane McMahon. And Reigns, that fucking super letdown. We're not even going to talk about that joke of the pay-per-view. Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. The only other match with some true potential here tonight. That's Stomping Grounds. It's a cage match for the WWE title, and honestly, I would love to see Ziggler win it, but you can understand that they're probably going to let Kofi win this again, because I think Ziggler was just thrown into this thing because KO was hurt at the time, but either way, it should be a damn good match. I'm still pulling for the Zig Man. Then finally, the match that I actually want to get to. Seth Rollins versus Baron the Dumpster Fire Corbin for the Universal title. That ought to be a real fucking barn burner. Well, here's the idea for that. I've been putting it all over online on Facebook and everywhere because I want people to know this was my idea. Even if it's shitty, I still think it's a damn good one. It involves the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Yes. So let's get into that. Let's have Rollins and Corbin go on dead last main event. You want something new and some new storylines for WWE and something that's not as predictable as, oh no, Kofi or Seth get laid out and Brock cashes in. Whoop-de-doo. We fucking knew that was going to happen. This one you might not know would happen and not be as predictable, and maybe it'll help gear it towards the fucking Attitude Era just a little bit. I know you can't go the whole way back, but you can give us a little more adult-themed storylines, can't you? For the love of God, Vince. Anyway, Bray Wyatt the Fiend tonight at Stomping Grounds. Let Seth Rollins win the match. After the match, when he's He's waiting for Lesnar as well as everybody else in the arena to come out and cash in with Heyman somehow, somewhere, waiting for Corbin to beat him up. Instead, let's go with that special guest referee never showed up for the match. Well, why is that? Because the special guest referee was the being Bray Wyatt. You could possibly add that twist in. I really don't care about him being the ref or not, but he needs to be in this. In the back, Lesnar on the Titantron up here when Seth's waiting for Lesnar to come destroy him for the fucking umpteenth time. But instead on the Titantron we see a laid out Lesnar. Laid in a pool of his own blood. Just from that alone, they got busted to the fuck. Paul Heyman running around like a fat little pig, squealing and screaming, no, 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 somebody help. Screaming for help for Brock Lesnar. He's been laid out. Nobody knows who did it. You can either have him laid out or, guess what? Have him hung up. Kind of like Sami Zayn was at Money in the Bank. Have him hung up. And Heyman running around screaming his head off. Come on, help, I need help. Sees the briefcase in this frantic moment laying down on the ground with a bloody handprint all over it. Frantically, he grabs the case, opens up the case to see nothing inside. He dumps the case, he's screaming, no, help. The contract is gone, it's been stolen. Who stole it? The Fiend. And then in that arena, out there where Seth's looking at all this on the drum, wondering what in the fuck just happened. Well, lights go out on the Titantron. Appears when the lights are out. The Firefly Funhouse promos flipping through as fast as they can, with maybe even the Muscle Man music and all the different genres playing fast. And then the words, follow me there. Over and over again by those creepy little bastard children that you had, and then let them scream that follow the leader, and then on the Tron, 3 words. Let me in. Lights on. Bray Wyatt as the Fiend with the mask is in the ring. Boom, and Sister Abigail, her new finisher. Seth's laid out. But Brock Lesnar, he's laid out in the back. Bray Wyatt pulls out the contract for the Money in the Bank briefcase. And it's unsigned. It's an open contract, remember? Hands it in for himself, cashes it in. Bray Wyatt, your new Universal Champion. Then Monday night, wouldn't you want to tune a fucking more for that? To see what's going to happen next? Is this going to be more adulting because the stuff where Bray Wyatt has been? I bet you people would be more willing to tune into that, Vince, than they would be. Brock Lesnar cashes in and he wins and he's going to SummerSlam, or who the hell gives a shit? Honestly, this would lead to a bunch of feuds. You could lead with Seth and Bray right away, with the WWE Authority holding Brock Lesnar at bay, making him wait for his title shot down the line, because they said it was kind of karma, an eye for an eye to be hung up like Zayn was. And to have Bray Wyatt do it, that's just genius. I mean, he is a eye for an eye guy. His gimmick goes with that. Everything goes with this. And it's not like making a brand new superstar debuting win the world title or universal title his first night. It's giving it to a guy who's been there, who's put his work in, who's put the fucking effort in, evolved his character to this monstrous thing. And it's already as big as it can be, it seems. And we're just starting with it. Imagine giving it life with the universal title. You could even have disciples at it, and possibly a Luke Harper returns and enters. Not Rowan. Okay. Maybe Braun Strowman in the direction he's been going has sent him astray in the line, because he's not been used the way he's thought. And he joins Bray. I mean, tons. I could build this son of a bitch's storyline from now, from tonight at Stomping Grounds, all the way to WrestleMania next year, leading into a possible match with either Aleister Black versus Bray Wyatt for the Universal title at WrestleMania, kind of a demon, or the real demon, the Demon King, Finn Balor, versus Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. The possibilities are truly endless for this. And honestly, WWE needs to gear more towards the adult theme storylines. I've said it over and over again. It's what's going to work right now. It's what some of the late night shows are doing on local TV. I've noticed they're swearing and bleeping it out, but they're still swearing even with their bleeping it. Look at the Goldbergs, the sitcom, the Goldbergs. They do the shit all the time, and it works and it makes the show better. I've always said a well-timed fuck you could be great in wrestling if used right. Tommy Dreamer used it. He used it in Impact Wrestling when he was going up against Eddie Edwards, asked him what the fuck was wrong with him, and told him not to fuck with him. It's not like you're going to do this on Raw or SmackDown, but pay-per-views and let them swear a little bit on Raw and SmackDown, bleep it out a little more adult-themed. Then, moving forward, make the action more like NXT. How the fuck you run NXT and WWE and it's the same people, but yet it's two totally different brands almost. I mean, it's like two different companies, two different fucking worlds. All you have to do is let them do that on Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-views. Don't let you know what to do at house shows. You can be a little more WWE traditional style at house shows to save your guys so they don't get injured as much, because I'm guessing that's the fear. Another thing, you started this, and I've liked it a lot, because it makes me think you are turning a little more adult-y. The blood in the matches, you're finally letting him bleed. I know there's certain places you can't, but give me a fucking break. There's places you can, and you've got to. It doesn't need to be in every match, but it needs to be in some of the big ones, and you've done that recently, and I thank you for that. But tonight at Stomping Grounds, for the love of God, you have put almost no thought into this match lineup. So if you have any semblance of wanting to turn this shit around, give my idea a chance. I want nothing from it. I just want to see a better WWE. That's all I really have for our first episode here. In the next ones, we'll try to do one once a week, guys. We're going to go through AEW, WWE, NXT, every fucking wrestling there is, Ring of Honor, New Japan, Pro Wrestling. I have all the subscriptions. So we're going to go through this week by week and episode by episode, and hopefully we can get a better wrestling together. If you guys watch the show and you like any of it, leave your comments in the comment lines. Go ahead, give me your storyline ideas, some of yours. I love collaborations. That's what makes wrestling great, collabing to make it better, instead of this wild card rule to get ratings up. That shit is not going to work. It might even for a second or two, but not fucking long term. You want long term results, look back at what you did in 97. Look back in 98. What happened? You got put on your ass by another company, WCW. Now AEW is here. I know you don't like them, but I think this competition truly will kick you in the ass and put you where you need to be, in the mindset you need to be to move forward and make WWE great again for everyone. And I'm not trashing WWE. I'm not trying to sit here and trash wrestling like some people go, well, I love it, but I hate it now. It could be a lot better, and we know that. We know it's been lacking, the 3-hour Raws and stuff. You want ratings? Do this idea with Bray Wyatt. Do it. Do the adult theme storylines. Stop like you've been with the matches in the middle of commercial breaks. I love that idea. That was something that was pissing my dad off, for the Christ's sakes. Going to a commercial in the middle of a match. But start with that. Start making it more like NXT. Start using the talent the right way and stop worrying about, are they a big, muscle-bound freak? Who gives a shit if they're big, small, or fucking in between? If they can freaking entertain and they can wrestle, those are all you need to succeed. Not being huge and damning. What the hell does that get you? Nothing. Shitty ratings, and if you don't want to drop under a 1.0, I suggest you do something fast, WWE. I'm fucking pulling for you, as always, and I pull for every wrestling company, because my dream is to work for any wrestling company, independent, regular, big time, don't matter, a storyline writer, or some hand in the back that helps out with freaking storylines, direction, or characters, anything. I truly believe I can do it. 32 years of studying wrestling like as if I was born into the business, and I wasn't. This is Michael Armbarr. This is Wrestling Storyline Time. And this was episode 1. I hope you fucking enjoyed it.